Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Galarian Stunfisk, G-Fisk on a counter team for the ever so popular Swampert double flyer line. I've been seeing that line quite a bit, guys, so I wanted to give you a very solid team that can set you up for the most success against that one, as well as perform beautifully against everything else in between. And also in the back on this team, we've got good old Lantern. This is actually the very first Lantern team that I featured when it initially got its Surf buff. And this team has been stronger than ever, even now so in this current very flying heavy meta. Lantern can pose as a safe swap, but generally if you find yourself up against that Swampert double flyer team, you'll want to preserve it to perhaps sweep the end game in the end. And also on this team, Venusaur on the lead. Very strong, powerful, and versatile on the lead. Of course, you just want to keep it far and away from those flyers, and that is why we've got these two Pokemon in the back. But Venusaur, very strong, can pressure shields like you wouldn't believe. And before we get into the featured set of the video, going to start things off with some very, very fun bonus battles. And here we go, Basti lead. So with this particular team, I find that controlling the alignment against Bastiodon leads is very vital and crucial. So we are going to play out all shield scenarios until the Bastiodon is gone. You just want to make sure that you're throwing on optimal timing up against this Basti. You don't want to give it any sort of energy advantage on you, but Venusaur can do quite well in all even shield scenarios up against Bastiodon. Again, make sure you're throwing on proper timing. Bastiodon has a 3-turn fast move. We have a 2-turn fast move. So whenever that is the case, you want to throw your move, your charge attack, after either 1, 4, or 7 of your fast moves. And that is exactly what we are doing here. We throw off to 4 on this one, and we are going to look to build up a little bit. We are now grabbing shield from the Basti. You'll love to see it. Nothing quite like Venusaur. My goodness, what a strong Pokemon in this meta. And we are just going to look to get to back-to-back. Just in case they want to go down on shields, we know that we'll have back-to-back frenzies to take out this Bastiodon here. We do take it out, but that is not what I was expecting to see. I was expecting to see a Shadow Vic or a Medicham, so we throw the wrong move. It's a Talonflame, holy smokes, but we've got just the answer to a Talonflame in the form of our Lantern. We tank a Brave Bird, no problemo from this Talonflame. Not sure what else they have in the back. It's an Azumarill, so this is absolutely not the team I was expecting when I saw Bastiodon on the lead. And shields are down, so as long as this Azumarill does not have Hydro Pump, we're going to be doing okay here. And it doesn't look like they do because they're going straight for an Ice Beam here, so we're looking pretty good. We do comfortably tank 2 Ice Beams from this Azumarill, and we are going to go for the EQ here. Of course, it does not KO, but it gets it quite low. And what we're going to do here, the play here now, my friends, is knowing that they have a Talon up a shield on us. We want to have our G-Fisk get as low as possible while also leaving this matchup with a Rock Slide to pressure that final shield, and that is exactly what we do. The reason why is because we know that our Lantern lives a non-boosted Brave Bird, so we did not want our Stunfisk getting farmed down, have them boost, and then hit us with a boosted Brave Bird. We accomplished that. If this Brave Bird will not be boosted, which means that we are going to be saying bye-bye to this little Talonflame here very soon. That does not KO. As I mentioned, we get to the Surf, and we are saying bye-bye to the Talonflame. Lantern coming in very clutch there, taking out the Talonflame. Good game, well played. Yeah, not only does this team hardwall that Swampert double flyer line, but it performs very well against everything else in between. Here we go. A slightly negative lead in the form of Trevenant here. So Trevenant usually has something to address flyers in the back. Could be Steel. So what we're going to do is just actually soft lose this. We let through a Shadow Ball. Could have been a Seed Bomb bait, but that's fine. We do grab a shield, and that is fine. We can come in with our G-Fisk here. and really look to go to work on this Trevenant. We do still need two, maybe one Rock Slide and a few Mud Shots. It depends on the IVs on the Trevenant, really, from this range. But yeah, no, I think we will end up needing two. We do call the Seed Bomb bait successfully. You'll love to see it. We do still have both of our shields, and they now have no shields. They look to catch onto a Drapion, so they must be extremely weak to a G-Fisk in the back. So we're going to throw Lantern in here and put the hope and faith in the G-Fisk on 50% health to perhaps pull this one out for us. Gonna let whatever this is go. It is a Sludge Bomb. That is very interesting. Very interesting. So what we're going to do is just look to overload as much as we dare and go for the Surf. This is a Shadow Drapion, which means that it KOs. We take it out. And now we do still have that Trevenant to deal with. Gonna go for the Thunderbolt. That's gonna do more raw damage. Both of our charge moves are resisted, and we are likely not making it to another move. I would imagine the Trevenant throws right about here. Whoa, we actually shield. Wow. I forgot that we shielded this, and they've got a Basti in the back. I think we just wanted to get rid of the Trevenant. I was thinking if one Surf would KO, and a relatively healthy Lantern can do a lot in this meta. But we're looking pretty good here, guys. They've got a Basti with no shield, so what we're just going to look to do here, shield up the Flamethrower, of course. That would take us out from this health range, or just about. And just overload as much as we can and then get rid of the Basti. We know that that Trevenant still has a lot of energy. So we're hoping that the threat of a potential Rock Slide will force them to throw immediately, and they do. That is brilliant. You love to see it. And it is the big Shadow Ball. So now all we need to do is get to this Surf. The Trevenant, quite squishy, does not perform well with no shields. The Surf is going to say bye-bye to the Trevenant. Lantern coming in clutch yet again, back-to-back closes. That's the power of Lantern. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Had to take a break from Go Battle Day to give you guys this team pretty early on. And here we go. The moment we've been waiting for. Swampert lead. That generally means there is a Noctowl and a Pidgeot in the back. Here's the Noctowl. So, right now, you can almost bet the house there's a Pidgeot in the back as well, which is why I built this team and wanted to get it out pretty early on for you guys. So we do come in with we do come in with Lantern, and the reason why is because we land one Thunderbolt. They usually will let it go through. They have to preserve shields for either Swampert or Pidgeot. We know that we will leave this matchup with minimal health and a lot of energy to threaten that Swampert and really put the pressure on it. You don't want to have your Stunfisk stuck up against that Swampert that comes back in. So that's why you come in with Lantern on that safe swap, and you will be able to pressure and threaten with two Surfs. They cannot farm down and before you can get to the second Surf if you play it the way you're seeing it here. This will either come close to KOing or grab a shield. You love to see it. Oh my goodness. This team working to perfection, doing exactly what it was designed to do. You love to see it. They're only making it to one move, so you can comfortably shield up the big move here. And there it is, right on cue. Anytime you want to top left, my friend, you go for it, and they do. So there you have it, my friends. This team was built to counter that one, and there you go. Good game, well played. Oh, those bonus battles were a lot of fun, but we now move into the featured set of the video, and we are met with a Medicham. This is okay, of course. The conventional moveset on Medicham, both of those charge moves being Ice Punch and Psychic, of course, can hit us for super effective. So what we're going to look to do is catch the potential Psychic, nuke onto our Lantern. And if they're baiting, that's even better. They were trying to bait us. Oh, you love to see it. That's resisted. Oh my goodness, nothing more satisfying. And they make a play into a Charm A9. So gonna throw the Thunderbolt. Now, you could just build up the Thunderbolt and go straight Surf. That's a safe way to play this as well. But we kind of want this thing to take us out. We don't really want to mess around. We want to either take it out or have it take us out so that we can come in and farm down with our Venusaur, which is why we're allowing these charms to come through. We want them to take us out. We're kind of leaning that way. They do shield. You love to see it. So now It's time to farm, my friends. We will shield up their potential weather ball. They will make it to 1. Oh, but this farm is invaluable on Venusaur. Being able to rip off hard-hitting Frenzy Plants is amazing. And they do aggressively swap back into the Medicham. We absolutely love to see this, knowing that we have a G-Fisk in the back. They do shield, and we are going to go for Frenzy Plant number 2 on the CMP tie. You'd love to see it. Venusaur putting in the work. Oh, man. Loving Venusaur right now in this meta. You just have to have the right team behind it, of course. And they've got a double in the back. Very nice. So they're trying to get rid of us. We're not going to let that happen. We know that if we get off a massive Frenzy Plant, it'll just about put this thing within Mud Shot plus Rock Slide range. We won't have to build all the way up to the EQ. So that's how we're playing that. Well worth a shield, I would say. And now it is just about over. They try to catch. We were onto them. Not going to let that happen. And they do top left. Stunfisk closing it strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Again, guys, not only does this team clap the Swampert double flyer line, but it's very consistent against everything else in between. Here we go, another Basti lead. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you kind of want to control the alignment because there's a very good chance that they could have a Shadow Victory Bell or a Medicham in the back. So whenever you see a Basti lead, that's kind of how you have to play it. And being able to control the alignment is key, because you definitely don't want the Shadow Vic on your Lantern. Lantern has strong neutral play up against Medicham, and Stunfisk, depending on the shielding scenario, actually has some decent neutral play against Shadow Vic. So that's why you want to control the alignment. They are just letting all these Frenzy Plants go through. That's generally how it plays out, as a lot of Bastiodon trainers get a little overconfident, and they're very overly tanky Basti. And we're just throwing on optimal timing here, ripping off these Frenzy Plants left and right, and we do grab both shields from the Basti. They want to control the alignment as well. I don't blame them. So now we're in a tough spot. We got to throw Lantern in here and hope for the best. Fully expecting a Shadow Vic to come in and absolutely shred right through us. And they go Flamethrower. Not sure why they did that. Maybe just blind through. I don't know. But now I'm expecting this to be a Stone Edge, and we're fine with that because we don't want to give the Vic any more farm than necessary. But they come in with the Medi. That is very interesting, and the only thing I can think of as to why they would do this is to, 1, boost their power punch damage, or 2, they may be reading that there's a Noctowl in the back. So that's the only rationale I can think of for coming in with the Medi. But it is fine. It absolutely works to our advantage, guys. Nonetheless, able to get to 2 big Thunderbolts, and Lantern absolutely puts in the work. We will have to tank a boosted power-up punch, but we did get through a Mud Shot here, which should be taking out the Medi. That one does there. The Basti's hanging on by a thread. They're thinking long and hard, and there it is, right on cue. The Shadow Vic with no shields. They try to catch. Not gonna happen. We get to this EQ, and because Venu put in the work on the Basti, grabbing shields, this EQ allows us to say bye-bye to the Shadow Vic. Oh, nothing better. You absolutely love to see it. G-Fisk closing the game strong. That's gonna be a good game. Well played. Oh, is it just me, or is there nothing more satisfying than one-shotting a Shadow Vic? You'll love to see it. Here we go, G-Fisk lead. This is fine for us. If you have a high-ranked, or let me just say a PvP Venusaur, which meaning optimized bulk with low attack, you will comfortably tank a EQ. So we knew that, which is why we no-shielded. It turned out to be a bait, and that worked out for us. Gonna go for the Frenzy Plant here. If you have a Raid or Hatch IV Venu, you will live the EQ, but they will be able to farm you down. So you will have to play with that in mind. And we are now grabbing shields from the G-Fisk. You'd love to see it. This could be the EQ, and it would be nice to take this thing out knowing that we have a Lantern in the back. And we both tried to catch. We both simul-swapped. We both had a catch in mind, wanting to win lead. But we came out on the better end of that simul swap, I will say, as they make a play into a nice costume hat Noctowl here. This is absolutely fine. Obviously, you want to have a G-Fisk up against a potential flyer. And going to go for the Rock Slide here. The annoying part with G-Fisk and Noctowl is they comfortably tank 2, and you just cannot farm down. So you're going to have to throw a third Rock Slide on a low-health Noctowl, but there's just no way around that. It is what it is. You just have to throw that Rock Slide. That doesn't mean you can't overload before you do so. So that is exactly what we're doing here. Going for Rock Slide number 3. I don't imagine they shield. They don't. And we do leave with some loaded energy. They come in with a Sableye, so that is beautiful. We'll just throw this Rock Slide, get that nice chip damage on our way out, and we can now align our Lantern onto the Sableye. And now, because we got that chip, we can just go straight Surf here up against the Sableye and do quite well here. We're looking pretty good. We do know that that G-Fisk does still have energy in the back, so we will have to be careful of that. And this could be a return, but guys, we're about as tanky as it gets. We tank that pretty okay. It does bring us into the red, and we're going to try and farm down. We just cannot farm down. So we will shield, and we are expecting a combo play, so we're going to spam that switch button, expecting the combo play, and we catch the Rock Slide onto our G-Fisk. Not going to allow them to deny us all that energy. We were close to a Frenzy. So we're going to put the pressure on that final shield, and we know that we should be winning CMP tie up against our Lantern. We've got loaded energy, and all we have to do is go for the Surf here, and it is nighty-night. Sleep tight for that G-Fisk. Very well played to them. We're saying bye-bye to the G-Fisk. Oh, man, this team, very strong, very solid. Lantern coming in clutch yet again, closing the end game. Good game, well played. Oh, this team was so much fun. Had a blast with it, and here we go. Deoxys lead. This is very tricky. We don't want to mess around with this DD. We don't want to play that bait game, so we go right into Lantern on the safe swap, and they meet us with an Umbreon, so this is fine. Umbreon's very common to see behind Defense Form Deoxys, as it does cover Deoxys' Ghost-type weakness, as well as Deoxys covering Umbreon's Fighting-type weakness. So they complement each other beautifully. Gonna go for the Thunderbolt here. That's really what you want to do against Umbreon. Not likely that they shield whatsoever. It is extremely rare to see anyone shield their Umbreon, so we are comfortable just going straight Thunderbolt. No need to mess around with the bait game with the Umbreon here. And we will tank everything that they throw as well. They go foul play there, and we are going to look to get off another Thunderbolt if at all possible, expecting them to throw, but guys, we got a rank 1 Lantern. I was banking that we would live this. We do, but I didn't think that I don't know why I hit Surf. I wanted to hit Thunderbolt, but I thought that I was 1 off, and I saw that we only lived with a 1 HP, so that's a misplay there, because I don't think that the Thunderbolt would have quite KO'd, but it would have allowed us to get Vine Whip it down and not have to shield a potential Psychic or whatever from Umbreon. So that is unfortunate. That's a misplay there. They do come in with a Pelipper, so we do have the energy advantage on this Pelipper. They do still have 2 shields, and we are now grabbing shields from our opponent here. Not likely that they go for the big Hurricane. They generally will like to chip with a resisted Weather Ball and try to go for the Wing Attack farm down. That's generally how they play it. So we're just going to put the pressure on them, keep spamming these Frenzy Plants, and try and get out of here before they can fully farm us down. We're going to try and get close. We do. We're 1 off from another Frenzy Plant, thinking that could come in handy up against the DD. And we do have to shield the Weather Ball because that's going to hit us the hardest. We resist every charge move from the DD, and those counters do start to add up. They do go for the Weather Ball. Does a lot more damage than I'd like to see. And if you notice there, guys, we waited a turn before throwing our move just to prevent them from catching. Really needed that Rock Slide to KO. My goodness. Oh, man. Yeah, it's not looking good. We needed that Rock Slide to KO. Oh, that is unfortunate. So yeah, the DD, and it wins CMP tie, so we can't even get to the EQ. It would not have KO'd either way, but it would have allowed us to KO with the Frenzy Plant that we were banking on. So losing CMP tie to DD, shielding against the Umbreon, hitting the wrong move. A comedy of errors in this one. This one was definitely winnable. Would have been close, but definitely winnable. But we kind of threw it there. But good game, well played nonetheless. Couldn't quite get that last one done, but we press on. Here we go. Alolan Ninetales. Gotta check the fast move here. If it's Charm, we obviously stay in. Nope, it's Powder Snow. We're out of there into our G-Fisk. And they meet us with a Medicham. So, hard countered on the lead, hard countered on the swap. You never love to see that, but G-Fisk on the safe swap can absolutely put in work when they counter swap you like this. And we do grab an early shield. That was interesting to see. You don't often see that, and they are going to farm up before throwing a potential move here. Most likely an Ice Punch. It is! We live, which means that we get off another EQ, which is massive. I don't imagine they shield this. That would be crazy to see. No, they do let it go. So now we can align our Venusaur back, right back in here onto this Medicham here. This could be the big Psychic, so we're going to shield out of caution. It's an Ice Punch bait. That is unfortunate, and we know that this is just another Ice Punch. They're just going straight Ice Punch, so this must be one of those weird pup Ice Punch medis. A lot of people have been running that insane moveset on Medicham lately. This is why you don't want to run that. I could have KO'd us with a Psychic, but they did not because they likely don't have the right moveset. They've got a Noctowl on the back, so Lantern is actually looking pretty good here, my friends. They have to land a massive Dazzling Gleam on us. If we can correctly shield that, we're going to be looking pretty good here. They do no-shield our Surf Bait, and that is fine. It'll chip, provides very nice chip damage, and we do successfully shield the big nuke move. And I think that took the wind out of their sails a little bit. They stopped attacking or lagged. I'm not sure which one, to be honest, guys. But they do start attacking again. So maybe they thought about just waving the white flag there. I don't know what happened there, but it's fine. We were going to win either way. We bait, they no shield, and they are just playing as if they have nothing to lose at this point. And that is a very dangerous opponent. When you have somebody that's playing like there's nothing to lose, yeah, it can be quite dangerous because they don't play conventionally. They're not necessarily playing the win. They're just kind of hanging in there to ruin your time, basically. We do grab the shield there, not messing around with this Noctowl. It's very annoying at the moment. Gonna go for the big Sludge Bomb. We knew that we were very close, which is why we were comfortable to do that. And to basically force them to overload. And our plan worked out beautifully. You don't often see a Venusaur finishing against a Noctowl. You'd love to see it. And that is the team, my friends. Like I said, the Swampert Double Flyer line has been quite popular as of late. A lot of people have been running it. So I wanted to give you guys a very strong team. If you find that you are faced against that team, it is becoming more and more widely used. So I thought, why not put this team out? It is very strong, obviously, up against that one. Allows you basically some free low up against that team. And as we saw in this video, it performs very well up against everything in between. Very strong and solid team overall. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.